Hi guys, it's Melody Lane, and today I'm going to show you how to make this card in Cricut Design Space. If you've missed this video, click in the upper right corner. There'll be a link to this video on me putting the card together. But in this video you'll see how to do this and a heart-shaped one in Cricut Design Space. Keep watching and subscribe if you're not already.
You are watching Melody Lane. With me you're gonna have a great crafting time.
Hi everyone, it's Melody Lane here. So let me get started for you. It's really easy. You go to Insert Shapes and you get a square and a score line. We're going to start with just this because we're going to just make the base of the card and save that so you can recreate things with that base card with many different shapes, with different circles or hearts or tags or anything. We're going to move this score line before we lose it because it blends in there with the grid. If you don't have your grid on, you can click it up here in the upper left-hand corner. Just click that little square and it turns on the grid. I think that's kind of helpful. And we're going to be using the layers panel and the edit panel a lot. So instead of going back and forth on it, I'm going to pull the layers panel down so we can see both the edit and the layers panel at the same time without switching. We're going to click on here. I'm going to unlock the little lock. You can unlock it here or here in the corner. We're going to make this 5.5. We're not going to make it a square. When the card is folded, it will become a 5.5 square. And just to let you know, square cards do cost more to send in the mail. And you can make this any shape you want. I'm just going to give you the basis of how to make this, and then you can make your own. Hit enter. There we go. So this is the basis of the card. So let's get this. Hold on. First, let me put this, let's position this. And let's just do at the 2-inch mark. So it's right on the corner at the 2-inch mark. It doesn't have to be. You can put it at any mark you want. I just think it's more helpful there. And I need 2 score lines. I need to duplicate this. So one is need it at the 2.0, so it's even. And I guess I didn't really need to do that. I'm gonna drag this out to 1 inch and we're gonna put it at the 6th mark. So we have one at the 6-inch mark and the other one is at the 5-inch mark. Okay, now to make sure these are all even, we're going to select all of them by putting a box around them, click Align, and click Align Top. So it brings them all even, and it looks like these score lines are a little longer. That really doesn't matter too much. That one does not want to give me the measurements. Zero. There we go. And 0. There. Now they're perfect. They're not exactly where they should be. But first we want to select this one, and I'm going to hit Command on a Mac until they're both selected. And they both won't select. So let's go over here. We're going to go to the score lines. I'm going to click one, hitting the button Command on a Mac. You can hit Shift on a PC and hit the other one. They're both selected because they're both highlighted. The box is around both of them. And we are going to attach them. So they're attached to each other. They're not attached to the back. That's very important not to attach them to the back. But before we're done with our card, it does have to be attached. Just not quite yet. Let's align them where we want them to be. We want these to be at the Y mark at the 2.3 mark. 2.3. Oh, No, that's not right. We want it to be at the 4.3 mark. If we started on the 0 mark, it would be 2.3. So it's going to be 2.3 inches from the edge of the card. So this is going to be 4. And we're going to move it up. Well, actually, we can just highlight it all. Align top again. There. Okay, got that? Go ahead and click Save. And we're going to name this Flip Base. You can name it anything you want. I'm naming it Flip Base because I'm just going to use this as a base card. Okay, so now we need some layers in here. And let's change the color so we don't get confused. We need a base here. We need to unlock it. And I think that looks good, so there's a little bit of room all the way around it. This part of the card is 3 by 5.32. And I'm going to duplicate this 2 more times. Unlock it. That looks about right. But I want the height to be exactly the same. And this one, unlock. That looks about right. Looks like there's more room at the bottom for each one of these. Actually, what I can do is put this around it, and we're going to align, we're going to center vertically. So they'll all be in the center. These should all be lined up. And we need another shape. Actually, let's take this one and duplicate. But we need this one to be the size of the card in the middle. So it's going to be 1 inch by 5.5. Okay, and I'm just going to bring that over to the side. Now this is all we need for the card base. I'm going to save it again. Okay, now we're going to make a circle base, so I'm going to insert a circle. I'm going to put it up here and size it to where I want. Make sure when you have this folded and closed up that this part of the circle, I'm pointing to the screen. Can you see my fingers? No. Okay, make sure that when this is folded, this part of the circle here does not stick out past this part here. So you can't like stick it like this, otherwise it would stick out too far. You can double check that by selecting both of these, and the width is only 3.77, so that's, you got plenty of room. So what size is this? 2.68. Okay, we can deal with that. Let's duplicate it, and I'm going to change the color just so you can see it better. And we have to make this one a little bit smaller than that one, about like that. And I'm going to move these down, or I'll move them over here, out of the way. We're going to drag a square around both of these so we can align them. We're going to hit center. There's no reason to spend the time trying to center these perfectly when you can do it so easily. Okay, make sure you have them both selected. Whoops, before we do that, let's duplicate them both. Okay. Now let's slice them. Okay, here's the middle one. That should be the exact same size as that purple one. And now this is where this comes in. Let me change this to a different color. Okay, let's move these out of the way. We're going to put this, let's change that to a different color, just so you can see it better. Here it is, it's highlighted. Okay, we're going to put this here. That's exactly in the center where that's going to be. And we're going to move, whoops, don't move that. Okay, so we're going to grab this and we're going to put this where we want it. And then we have this selected, we're going to hit that button again and select this. Now we're going to slice. And we can pull these away. So now we're going to select this and the background. And we're going to slice. Now if these score lines were attached to the background, slice would not be lit up. We would not be able to slice. That is the reason I said do not attach yet. Okay, so we got this. Take that out. And anytime you weld or attach or slice, it brings that up to the front. So we're going to move it to the back. That way we can see the score lines. We're going to put a square around the whole thing here so we can now attach the score lines. So everything is attached, that's sliced out. Now let's move this to the back so we can see. Now what are we going to do? We got these, but the hole will be behind them if we put them on as layers. Okay, let's align these vertically again. Center vertically. Okay, so they're right in the middle, exactly where we want them. So now we have to, this one is the bigger size. Yes. Place this right where we want it. Let's move this out of the way so we can see. We're going to cover up the whole hole. Okay, so we're going to select this. We're going to select this one and slice. It's only going to slice the pieces that we have selected. So there we go. So we're going to put this one here, put it back where it goes. That's selected, and then we're going to select this one and we're going to slice it again. Put that out of the way. So now we have these layers that will fit around that circle perfectly. Okay, so now we want to take the circle, the inside circle, and put it right where you think it goes. And just so you know, you can zoom in so you can see things better. Okay, that looks right. So we have that selected, and we're going to hit our Control or Command key, and we're going to select this inner piece, and we're going to weld. So this time we're not slicing, we're welding. So there, now we have our circle cut out and layered. And then we're going to need another one. So we're going to duplicate this, and then in the edit panel we're going to flip it because it's going to go on the other side of this, and when that's turned around you'll have this one. You don't need the layers, you don't need the other layers, because this part will be the only part you see is this one on the other side and then the other two. Okay, I'm going to go back to regular zoom. Okay, now before you get rid of all this stuff, let me move this out of the way. We're going to insert some shapes. No. We're going to insert some images. Oh, I was looking at Anna's lovely layered cartridge. It's a brand new cartridge. That's not what we're doing today. So I'm going to go to cartridges, and I'm going to go to craft, because I know the Cricut Craftoon cartridge is free for anyone all the time. And I'm going to put the scallop circle in. And then I'm going to go to all images, and I'm going to look for a tag to show you how I did the tag on the card that I made. Okay, I'm just going to bring this one. Okay, we got these in here, and we need to duplicate this. And you can rotate this. If you hit the Shift key while you're rotating, it'll rotate it at even degrees. This one will be here, and it's a little big. Let's unlock it. Let's make it. something like that. Actually, let's just take that and duplicate that one. Delete this one. Okay, I'm going to flip this over here. And I want this to be here, and I don't want it to be flat like that. So what am I going to do? I'm going to take this part that was cut off of here. See, it was cut right there. So we have to ungroup this. I'm going to select the outer piece and select this and slice. So now I have this piece, the top layer, and I'm going to select this and that layer and slice that out. So now these will fit like that. So we can take these two pieces and group them. So let's move all this out of the way. We don't need this anymore. Okay. There. So now this will fit just like that. You got to get it in the exact same place where you sliced it, otherwise it won't fit anywhere else. So before you slice it, make sure it's where you want it. And then you have these that will fit on here. I think make it a little bigger. You can do it any way you want it. You'll need two of these, so make sure you duplicate it. And now we're done with all these. You can put a square on them, X them all out, or you can go in and hide them. Oh, and you could use these little layers if you wanted to add more paper. So that is how to make the circle one. And then don't save. Did that save? I hope not. You go over here and click Save As. Flip circle. You can save as soon as you start making a new project so you don't forget to not hit that. Okay, so that's how you do that. Let's do one really fast with a heart. So we're going to go back to my cartridges and we're going to click on the flip base. And so this is back to where we started, but we don't have to do all the measuring so much. Remember, this is still not attached because we have to slice. So we could insert this heart, but it doesn't have a layer and it doesn't fit quite right by making one smaller. So we're going to go to Insert Images. And we're going to get rid of that. We're going to go to All Images. And we're going to search heart. And then I'm going to go over here in the filter and do multi-layer because it has to be more than one layer. And then I'm just going to look for a regular heart that has a layer to it. This one looks good. It's hard to see the layer, but there is an orange layer there, or a yellow layer. Let's see? Okay, let's make it a little bigger. All right, let's duplicate this, because, you know, I learned from my mistakes. Duplication is key. Let's select that and slice it. You can slice it when it's grouped. You can't slice it if it's attached. So let's move that out of the way. Now this is our piece that is the 1 inch. And before we get too far in it, let's go here and click Save As, Flip Heart. Click Save. Okay, so now if we want to save it, we see this is Flip Heart. We can just click the Save button at any time. And we're going to select this, we're going to select this, and we're going to slice. Okay, so now we have this funny looking heart. I'm going to duplicate this one more time because you're going to need this to put on there. I just want to make sure I have it and don't lose it. Okay, now we need to move these out of the way. I don't want to move that. I want to move this. Okay, I'm going to put a box around all of that and attach it because we're done with the slicing on this. Oh, we didn't slice it. Undo. I was thinking I already sliced it. Slice it. Okay. Get that out of the way. Send this to the back. Select it all in there by putting a box around it and attach. So we're attaching the score lines to it. So there. And you can tell it's sliced because you can see through it. See? Okay, now we have to, well, let's send this to the back so we can see what we're doing. Whoops. Move to back. Okay, now we want to put these up here. We're going to put a box around them all, click Align, and center vertically. So they're all in the center with no thinking. Okay, now we're taking this extra one, we're going to ungroup it, and we're going to duplicate the bigger heart. You know, because I forget those things. So we're going to, move this out of the way just so I know it's in the right place. So I'm going to take the heart, I'm going to hit Command and click the layer to the right and click Slice. And I'm going to pull this one over. And you can align these again vertically. I think I got it. Oh, I better do it. I don't trust myself. Oh, wait. Let's just click that and this. I don't want the heart to move. So we're going to align, center vertically. Okay, I think I had it right. I'm going to select just that layer and just this heart and click Slice. Okay. And if you want to make the tags, do them the same way. Cut them out, cut it out here if you want to. You don't have to put it there. You can put it down here, or you can just stamp something in the center. Remember, you can use your imagination and do things the way you want to. Okay, now we're going to take this. Whoops. I'm going to select this, and we're going to weld those. And then, I think these are the same hearts. Bring to the front. Yeah, that. Okay, who thinks these should be pink? Raise your hand if you think they should be pink. Here it is. Pink. Okay. So now let's get rid of all this crap. Okay, now we need to multiply this, duplicate it, and switch it. So it will go on the other side. So now you got a heart. Let's save it. So I hope you get the idea, and you can do this with different things. You can do it with labels and all different kinds of shapes. And I like having one of these to put in the middle. You can also put a scalloped heart on here too. That's also free in the Cricut Craft Room Basics. Alright guys, thanks for watching. If you like my videos, please subscribe. I know there's tons of you watching without subscribing. Just hit the red subscribe button. I hope you enjoyed this video and learned a thing or two. But first, before I go, here's a shout out to a few of the people who support me on Patreon. And everyone who supports me on Patreon will also get this file. You don't have to make it yourself. I made it for you. Thanks for watching, everyone. Love you. See you in the next one. Bye. Fran Camaro, Gail Quava, Tracy Common, Sharon Loans, Donna Bunch, Linda Landis, Jean George, Jackie English, Adrienne Daniels, Catherine Menicotts, Kathy Goski, Linda Pierce McFadden, Luann Richards, Carol Prevo, Belinda Pollitt, Sandra Bell, Tracy Curavan, Devona Makowski, Ann November Moss, Kathy Messenger, Sheila Leary, Terry Mensch, Bridgetto Dolberry. Thanks, everyone.